Eruptions may be imminent in Alaska as earthquakes increase underneath Mount Spurr. In recent months, earthquakes have been detected underneath the volcano at a rate of 125 times per week. Geologists are closely monitoring Mount Spurr in the Aleutian Arc of Alaska, USA, after continued volcanic unrest. The Alaska Volcano Observatory, AVO, monitored the situation and says that an eruption is possible in the coming days and weeks. Mount Spurr is an ice and snow-covered stratovolcano complex, meaning that it is a large cone-shaped volcano formed by lava flows, pyroclastic deposits, mud flow deposits, and lava domes. The volcano has erupted twice in recorded history, once in 1953 and once in 1992. These eruptions came from the crater peak flank vent 3.5 kilometers or 2 miles south of the peak summit, rather than from Mount Spurr itself. These eruptions were relatively small but explosive, and they dispersed volcanic ash over areas of interior south central and southeastern Alaska. Individual ash clouds produced by the 1992 eruption drifted east, north, and south. Within a few days of the eruption, the south-moving ash cloud was detected over the North Atlantic, the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, explains of the volcano. Pyroclastic flows that descended the south flank of Crater Peak during both historical eruptions initiated volcanic debris flows and lahars that formed temporary debris dams across the Chatna River, the principal drainage south of Crater Peak. Prehistoric eruptions of Crater Peak and Mount Spurr generated clouds of volcanic ash, pyroclastic flows, and lahars that extended to the volcano flanks and beyond. Since April 2024, there has been an increase in the number of earthquakes detected beneath the volcano, at around 30 a week. While this does not necessarily indicate an eruption is imminent, activity increased again in October 2024, and between then and February 6, there have been around 125 earthquakes detected beneath the volcano per week. The largest of these, detected January 2nd, was of magnitude 2.9. The current unrest at Mount Spurr strongly suggests that a new magma has intruded into the crust beneath the volcano, AVO said February 6 in a statement. The AVO believes that a few scenarios are possible given that the recent activity. One is that no magma reaches the surface and the earthquakes subside over the course of several months. Another is that there is an eruption similar to the magnitude to the 1953 and 1992 eruptions. This scenario would see one or more explosive events lasting one or a few hours that would produce ash clouds carried downwind for hundreds of miles, and the uninhabited area around Mount Spurr would be inundated by pyroclastic flows, mud flows, lahars, and ballistic showers. The first two scenarios are considered to be equally likely at this time. Are further, though less likely, scenarios that there is an eruption at the summit of Mount Spurr itself. An eruption from the summit vent of Mount Spurr could occur, though there have been none in historical times, AVO explains. Such an eruption would likely be explosive and may also form lava flows. A summit eruption would also likely melt large volumes of glacial ice, which could lead to the lahars and other hydrologic hazards. Thankfully, there are no nearby towns or cities that would be in the path of the pyroclastic flows and mud flows. However, the lead of AVO, Matt Haney of USGS, told Live Science that an eruption could cause disruption for flights in the area. The team continues to monitor activity at the volcano using webcams, a seismic network, ground deformation stations, and infrasound sensors. More data will hopefully tell us whether an eruption is indeed imminent. And this is by James Felton from IFL Science and Collective Spark. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.